Hello there everyone, welcome back. As you can see, big boy NightWolf is on the screen in the best skin in the game. My favourite skin anyway, and someone else's favourite skin. But anyway, this will be the long awaited NightWolf guide. Now, I've been working on this for a while, because I don't think I'm the best NightWolf player, even though people say I am. By no means do I think I'm there yet. I have a lot to learn of this character still. He's nowhere near the level of my Shao Kahn. Nowhere near. So I'm still trying to perfect my craft. I think I'm almost there, hence why I'm releasing this guide right now. I think Nightwolf's a really solid character, to be honest, and this Revenant skin is so good. But yeah, this will kind of be a guide, and also how to counter video, because with me explaining all of his stuff, I can also tell you how to counter it all, because if I play the character, I should know how to counter the character's shenanigans. I think NightWolf's got a few shenanigans, and he's just generally a very solid, well-rounded, balanced character. I think he's good, but I think he's balanced. What else is there to talk about? Oh, I competed in Combat Weekly, run by Cyclical Gaming. If you want to watch, I actually won it. Believe it or not, I won all my games. I didn't lose a single game. So if you want to watch that, go to twitch.tv/Cyclical Gaming. I'll link it in the description for you if you don't get this far into the intro. But yeah, I was just using Big Boy Shao Kahn throughout. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. More videos on the way soon, and I'll catch you guys in the garden. Right, so here we are in practice mode with my two boys, NightWolf and Shao Kahn. In NightWolf's best skin, of course, and on my favourite stage. Now, let's begin. Right, so where do we start? Right, I'm going to go from the top, like we always do. So I'm not going to tag them, I'm just going to talk about them, because it makes it less time consuming. So, standing 1, 7 frames. Just a average. I think better than average stand 1. It's got very good range for stand 1, I think. Look at that. That's very good range. Punishes stuff like Liu Kang's Shaolin Stance 3, for example. Just a generally good Punisher. Good range, 7 frames. -1 on block, so a good stagger, standing 1 grab, standing 1 down 1, standing 1 down 3, standing 1 back dash into a whiff punish, that sort of thing. Yeah, just a generally solid jab, I think. Then we've got his back one. This is a 17 frame mid, I believe. 17 frame mid, yeah. Forward advancing, so good for whiff punishing. As you can see, quite decent range. Has an extension, back 1-3, which can easily be hit confirmed into either Tomahawk if you're in Matoka Warrior, or back 1-3 shoulder if you're not in Matoka Warrior, or if you want to do some unbreakable damage, back 1-3 into arrows. Generally just quite a good mid, forward advancing, can't argue with that. Safe on block, very good on block actually, -5, so stagger potential is still there, because you obviously have an extension, so people are going to be waiting for that. Back 1 grab, that sort of thing. Then we have, what's next? Forward 1. Now this is a very good mid. 13 frames, I believe. Yeah, 13 frames, -7, so not the greatest of staggers, but obviously has an extension and has a further extension. So people will be looking to block, so you can get away with staggering this. Forward 1, down 3, forward 1, grab, stuff like that. And he does get very good OK off his grabs, as you can see. Off his front throw mainly. But yeah, forward 1, really good advancing mid. Has an extension, which obviously can be hit confirmed into Rising Tomahawk, or whatever personally you choose to do. Excuse me. But yeah, just a good, very solid mid this is. Safe on block, hit confirmable, forward advancing. Can't argue with that, you just can't. Then we have down 1, average down 1, 7 frames. -4 on block, plus 10 on hit, which means it jails into a standing on, and aura grab, whichever you choose. So there's a mix there. Obviously that can be hit confirmed, but yeah, we'll get into that when we get to the strings. Standing 2, 9 frames. I use this as a stagger a lot, because The block stun isn't very high. So if we get Shao Kahn to block here, look at that. There's not a lot of time for them to react. If they do, you can backdash and whiff punish. The poke that they choose to do. Yeah. Look at that. The block stun is not that severe, so you can just go for stuff after it. But yeah, it's got very limited use. Just use standing 1 in scenarios where you think standing 2 would be useful, because it's faster and it, it has a 3-hit version of the string, which is hit confirmable and safe. The standing 2 string is safe, but why not use 1-1-1? Right? Oh, and one thing I should mention about standing 1 is that it's not a very good anti-air. Recommended anti-air for NightWolf would be down 2, I would say. Or if you're like 100% Matrix reactions gonna know that probably didn't even make any sense. If you're certain that they're gonna jump, back 2, but that's like 17 frames, so it's not advised to do that. Now we have the dirt. Actually, no, I just skipped over back 2, didn't I? Oh, well, no, we know what back 2 is, launcher, a 17 frame meteors launcher, and it does a move. It's a solid move in general. You can obviously combo off of it. Just a solid move. I recommended uses for this after jumping, if you guarantee a hit, because obviously you can visually hit confirm that a lot easier. Also, after you land the Rhino Charge Crushing Blow, you can do it. Oh, if I was good, I could land the combo. After, yeah, you can do it after that, a good whiff punisher. So, for example, if Shao Kahn whiffs like that, he whiffs like that. Oh no, hold on. If I was good, I'd show you. There you go. Good whiff punisher. I don't know why he'd whiff standing 4, but, just an example. Back to forward 2 now. Forward 2 is his overhead, 24 frames, borderline reactable or not reactable. I don't know. I don't think that's reactable, to be honest, especially in an online climate. Maybe offline, but we'll have to see when he becomes tournament legal, because I'll definitely be using him when he does. But yeah, overhead can be extended into a safe follow-up, which is -6, or an unsafe follow-up, which ends in an overhead, but you can special cancel the 3rd hit. It's like a double hit confirm. You see this hit? And then you can cancel into Rising Tomahawk, and then obviously do the combo of your choice. Whatever that may be, if you want to go for a key setup or whatever. So that's back to down 2, anti-air, box standard down 2. Very good range for a down 2. Look at that. Horizontal range is very good. Vertical range is very good. One of the best down 2s in the game, I think, certainly. Just does what it says on the tin, basically. Obviously, crushing blows as well. Stand 3, high, 10 frames. It's +1 on block, as you can see. Not very useful, to be honest. It has an extension. The main time I use this string is in combos, add additional damage. This string does have a crushing blow where you can do that, but you will rarely hit this crushing blow, if I'm being completely honest with you, because it comes out of the 3rd hit. So the main uses for this string are stagger pressure, because they're going to be scared of the 3rd hit because it's going to crushing blow, right? So you're going to want to do that into grab, that into shenanigans. I don't know. You can do whatever you want, really. Pressure them with the mids, go for a down 3 into a mix, that sort of thing. But yeah, it is +1 on block, which is good to mention. You can do a standing 3 into a down 1, which is pretty decent. Back 3, 11 frame mid, pretty good speed for a mid. As you can see, -3 on block, so good stagger. Has decent pushback as well, from memory. Look at that pushback, pretty good. That sets up stuff where you can, counter poke. You can do a little quick backdash and counter poke with forward 1-2. Has an extension. This is -7, this one. But this is very unsafe. I think -13. So you're never gonna want to stagger this. either just complete the string or just do that. Never do this, because especially like in Shao Kahn's case, this is going to be an easy punish every time. See that's safe? Oh, okay, hold on. See, I can't punish that. However, if he does... Here's a touch. Like that. So yeah, you're going to be very wary of staggering that. Basically, don't stagger it. There's no need. The string is safe anyway, so there's no need to stagger it. Down 3, very good down 3. It's -6 on block, but it low profiles a lot. Very fast in 8 frames, I believe. Yeah, 8 frames. +11 on hit. +13 on hit. Guarantees you a jail. Shao Kahn, could you not block? Thank you, sir. Guarantees jail. So you can do a 1-1-1 or a grab. It's guaranteed. They can't get out of it. Like that. You can do a lot from a down 3, or you could, you know, start some shenanigans where you can do an overhead. Because you know they're respecting the 1-1-1 on the grab, so you can start doing shenanigans after that. You know, this also jails after a down 3, which can also be hit confirmed. The combo of your choice. I'm whack, so I can't hit combos. So yeah, but yeah, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, very good button this down 3. Just, you know, you could just keep doing it when you advance, and when you see one hit, boom, go for that mix, you know. But yeah, that's down 3. Standing 4, not really much to say about this. I'd say the main use for this is combos. So for example, if you're in the corner, you can do like a jump kick. Off a jump kick, you can normally do a standing 4 into rising tomahawk. That's what I do. And after a back 2 as well, you can do one. Make sure the gravity in the combo isn't as high, because normally I'd go for 3-1 rising tomahawk, but then that makes the gravity really high. Let me just give me some bar. Makes the gravity really high, so standing 4 in the corner. You can also do standing 4 outside the corner, you know, trying to get some unscale damage. Yeah, very solid damage NightWolf does. Very solid. It also works in combos. You can do a standing 4 into Rhino charge. With good pushback and, you know, set up Kiba. You can also set up Kiba with a standing 4 after a rising tomahawk. That's guaranteed. They can't do anything about that, and then obviously pressure them to death because you do some damage. But yeah, nothing really to say. Sweep, nothing really to say. And down 4 is very bad, so I wouldn't recommend using it. In situations where you think you'd use a down 4, just use a down 3 instead. It's more plus on hit and it's faster. Yeah. Well, no, they're the same actually on hit, but wait, hold on. Yeah, they're +13 on hit, but down 4's safer and slower. So I just use down 3. So that's that. Jump-ins. His jump kick is very good. And off of every jump kick you can convert into a Rhino charge, if you can react to that. For a, you know, 16% damage and basically 20% with Amplify, which is damn good. Also off jump kick you can get a forward 1-2 if you connect the jump kick very shallow into your combo of choice. This is complete preference what you do here. You can go for a Kiba like that. You just go for max damage. But yeah, he has very good conversions off shallow jump kicks. And obviously the jump kick hitbox is very good. Hard to anti-air too. Even with Shao's stand 1, it's very hard to anti-air. His jump 2 is amazing. His jump 1 is mainly used for air-to-air purposes. So for example, if I get Shao Kahn to jab then jump, like that, and then you can convert accordingly. You know, whatever air-to-air conversion you can afford to get at this point. If you're not confident, you can just do something like that. Let's put him back here. Jump 2, great downwards hitbox. Look at that, it's amazing. I'm sure you can cross up with this. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely amazing jump 2. Obviously into your combo of choice. But yeah, very good jump in. So remember, jump 1, strictly air to air. Don't use this as a jump in. Your jump ins of choice are going to be your jump in 3 or jump in 4 and your jump 2. You know, if you want plus frames. Because at the end of the day, if you connect a jump kick, you're always going to be able to get a down jump. Unless you do the jump kick from like up here. If you get like a remotely shallow jump kick, then obviously you're down 1.7 frames. So you can enforce that at least. You know, you only have to be like +1, +2 to get that guaranteed. Now we're going to move on to NightWolf's wake up attacks. Now these are terrible. Let's show you these. Now, if I can do it properly, as you can see, that's punishable. NightWolf's wake up 3 is -11, which is god awful. And if you look at the range, look at that. Absolutely terrible. And I can kill him for going for a wake up attack because the range is so bad. You know, max damage punishes and all that. And also, I should mention is what would it be? Moonrise. As you can see, is up 2 is horrendously unsafe. Reversal throw punish all day. I believe his up 2 is like -16, if I'm not mistaken. -23. 10 frame start, decent, but no. His wake ups are terrible. You're not going to often wake up unless you're certain it's going to hit, because then you're just going to die and you won't be able to break. Yeah, throws actually, this is a good thing to talk about. He gets very good OP off his front throw, as you can see. They're left right in front of NightWolf, so you can, you know, press her with a down 3, go for another grab. Oh no. Well, yeah, you can go for another grab basically. If we grab them, and we look at the distance, they are right in front of you, so you can do an overhead, hit confirm into a rising tomahawk, into whatever combo you want to do, obviously. You can do a grab into, you know, if they wake up, you can obviously bait it and then do a whatever advancing mid you want to do. I'd recommend forward 1-2 into a combo of your choice. But yeah, throws good, give very good OP, and they have crushing blows on both sides, which is very, very good. Not many characters can say they have that. His back throw is one of my favourite animations in the game. Leaves them quite far away, but I think this grab is top tier just for the lines he says. Like, just listen to this. Someone to cut. So yeah, that grab is some good stuff. Both crushing blows, as I said before. Now we're gonna get into some key strings. So 1-1-1, 1-1-2, back 1-3-2, forward 1-2. The 2-2-2s aren't really useful, so I wouldn't really use them. Forward 2-1. 2-1, forward 2-1-4, and back 3. Well, no, we'll talk about this one as well, actually, because they're crushing blows. Right, so 1-1-1. Now, this string is amazing. Safe, hit confirmable, auto shimmy. What more could you ask for in a string? Like, this is one of the easiest strings in the game to hit confirm. You can do whatever combo you want. Max damage off of this is into Rhino. You have to wait a very long time for the 1-1-1, otherwise the Rhino will whiff. See, that does basically 290. You can also do this if I can land it, but I don't see why this is practical. Oh, and by the way, I should mention that the optimal wall carry for this is like that. That was cool. Down jab into forward 1-2 into Rhino charge. Like that. That's ultimate wall carry, but it just does a bit less damage. If you want them in the corner, I'd do that one. But max damage off of 1-1-1. You want to go 1-1-1 right. Actually going to be on max damage. So yeah, hit confirmable, safe. In -6. That opens flawless block shenanigans, of course. His flawless block attacks are quite whack, as I've previously mentioned, but up 3 seems to work a lot of the time, and up 3 is like +11. So that puts you in the 1-1-1 blender. 1-1-1 or grab blender. So yeah, just a very good string in general. Good punisher, 7 frames, decent damage and 9% on its own. You know, if you do this, the Rhino on its own, that does like 19% unbreakable. Do 1-1-1 into arrows for unbreakable as well, 19%. It's a generally good string, really, all purpose. Then we have 112. This is an overhead. This last hit. It is +1 on block, but the pushback on this, it's basically like it's 0. Like it's a pushback. You can't really press your advantage from there for +1. Like Shao Kahn can sweep, and he'll probably beat what NightWolf can do there. Unless you do like a perfect micro dash down 3, but online, are you really going to be doing that? That's a question. The last hit of this can be flawless blocked if we get Shao Kahn to flawless block here. And on flawless block it becomes -9, so it becomes punishable. Shao Kahn himself can't punish it with a launch, but you know, anyone with a 7-8 frame jab can do that, so watch out. And I believe it can also be interrupted by 7 frame jabs. Go back here. Then we go to back 1-2-2. Now this string is good on the surface. This stagger, back 1-3, is -5, so that does open up a stagger game. As you can see, he recovers quite fast after the 3 of the string. And then he has an extension of the string, back 1-3-2. Now if we do this, if we record NightWolf doing this, I can even block it. Wow. It can be flawless blocked if I can do it properly. Wow. There you go. Flawless block. And it can also be interrupted. I believe there's an 8 frame gap. If I can land it properly. Is there not an 8 frame there? There you go. You can see there's an 8 frame gap. So Shao Kahn can't jab, but so any 7 framers can do it, any 8 framers can do it. So you're gonna want to watch out for this. Now to combat this, what I've seen NightWolf do, other than me, because I think it's a horrendously unsafe option to go for, is like back 1-3 shoulder, because it's a true block string. Now Rhino charge is so unsafe that I would not recommend doing this, but if your opponent is very antsy and they like flawless blocking or interrupting that, then I guess go for that. But I guess it's just all a read at the end of the day, isn't it? What else have we got here? So we've got forward 1-2. I already mentioned this. Great forward advancing mid string, hit confirmable, safe on block. As an extension in forward 1-2-1-2, the 1-2 has to be pressed like a machine gunned rather. Like, you know, sort of the Aaron 2-1-2-1-2-1-2 job. That's probably too many 2-1-2s, I said. But yeah, anyway. It has an extension. This extension is -13. So this is mainly to catch people pressing buttons after this. Because, you know, after they block this, it's their turn as it's -7. But if you think they're going to press buttons, if you're certain they are, just bend the string. However, it is unsafe. You know, a bit like Johnny Cage's forward 3, 4-4, up 4 sort of thing. It's just a generally good string, you know, can be used in combos if you so wish. As I mentioned earlier, the maximal wall carry combo that I mentioned. Down 1 into forward 1-2 Rhino charge. If I was good, I'd be able to land that. You can also do it here, and, you know, the end combo. Just a very versatile string, I think. Then we have the overhead, forward 2-1-2-1. Wait, forward 2-1-2-1, yeah. Forward 2-1-2-1. Now, as I mentioned before, this is unsafe. The last hit is not an overhead, like I said before. I don't know why I did. They're all mids, the last hits. First hit is obviously an overhead. But the way you're going to want to use this is... So, you're going to want to originally start with forward 2-1, right? If you see this hit, you're going to want to press 2-1 quickly. Right? Because that's what you're going to want to do. Then when the third hit connects, you're going to want to cancel, because that's max damage. If you just do this, you get 141. If you just do what I just mentioned, you get 165, which is a decent damage increase. And you always want to milk the most damage out of every combo you get with the NightWolf, because he does a lot of damage. As you can see, 301 from an overhead that's hit confirmable, which is not bad. Now, if this doesn't hit, we're going to put him on random block. I'm going to put him on random block so we can test our hit. Confirms. That was not what I wanted, was it? It's random combo, random attack. Like that, yeah. So you see that? We're going to test, you know, my hit confirm philosophy on this overhead. That random combo then, is it? Yeah. Random combo. Right. So if it hits, I'm going to do the extension. If it doesn't hit, I'm going to do the 4 ender, which is -6. As you can see, very easily hit confirmed. As you can see, yeah, that's very easily hit confirmed because you want to make sure you're safe, right? Because forward 2-1, although it has decent pushback, it is -9, so long range jabs like NightWolf himself, Scorpion or Geras may be able to punish it if they're on point, but I don't know. The pushback is quite severe on that. I'm going to sneeze, hold on. No, I'm not. Every time I mention I'm going to sneeze, I don't actually do it. But yeah, if we look at the pushback, if we put, let's see, I can't unblock. Quite a bit of pushback there, so you know, not a lot of jabs are going to reach from that range, but I guess it's dependent on whether your opponent's on point with their punishers or not. That's the overhead. Then we've got back 3, 4, down 4. This is going to be your, you know, mid challenge string. This is your fastest mid, and this is safe. So this string is just generally really good, and it's a low. So if your opponent's not on their toes, then they're going to get hit by this double low. You know, if they're really scared of this overhead, this will catch them out sometimes. So yeah, it's just generally a good string, and it's safe on block. Also, you can hit confirm this as well, as is standard. So you've got an 11 frame mid hit confirm. Just generally quite solid. You can jail it off that. You can jail it off the down jab. Just pretty solid string. Then we've got 3, 1, 4. As you can see there, crushing blows. That is not the optimal combo. I believe the optimal combo is this. Hold on. I'm gonna do this. I think it's the same as a down 2. I believe so anyway. There you go. That's optimal. So 3, 3, 4. You can also do a standing 4 rhino to win that, but I prefer forward 1, 2 because it's more consistent. The only reason I put this string in there is because of the crushing blow, and also the fact that it has good potential in the corner to extend combos, like so. You land an ant on the hotkey, you do that in the corner to, you know, maximize your damage. Specifically standing 3, 1. Rather than the whole string. The string does give a good knockdown, in fairness. So you can obviously go for this, then backdash and, you know, do arrows, or, you know, backdash Kiba, or whatever you want, and then come back and do your combo. But yeah, as I was saying before, this is just a good combo extension string, basically. Right, that's all of those done. So they're all the main strings you're going to be using with NightWolf. Now we're going to go into special moves now. We have Spirit Arrow, back forward 1. Decent projectile, 7% damage. Can be amplified to be high, mid, high. We do a grand total of basically 12%, that is, isn't it? You can also do, you know, you can end combos in this. Okay. To do a lot of unbreakable damage, because obviously this isn't launching them, so it's unbreakable. Just generally quite a solid projectile. Unfortunately, the mid isn't a true mid, so it can be ducked by some characters. Probably not Shao Kahn because he's massive, but other characters certainly can be ducked the second one. But you know, just generally, just a solid projectile. Not too good, not too bad. Can also be cancelled. There's up shenanigans where, like, they're ducking from, you know, this sort of range. You do this, you cancel the rhino because you think they're ducking, and it's last hit scenarios or last breath, for example. But you know, cancelling off of that is, you know, they're not real. They're like extremely minus. So you don't want to do that. Reflector, that's what it says on the tin, really. If we record 4 hits, do some spears, it reflects the spear back at him, essentially. In Matoka Warrior, you can just reflect, but in Ancestral Gift, which I'm going to go over in a sec, you can teleport after the reflected full combo, even off of things like Shao-Kahn's Spear, which is really sick. And you can hold it at very big a time as well, which is always good. Give the threat to your opponent that you're going to reflect on it. Show them your chest, is what I always like to say. Rising Tomahawk, again, does what it says in the thing. Does not launch meatlessly from mid-screen, so you're going to have to amplify for your launch. Very full of damage in all instances. In the corner, however, it does meatlessly launch if you get a down jab. So very solid damage. You can also do a big boy combo, so you do a down one for another Rising Tomahawk, but this is very hard to do. Like that. Do that. And the combo of this is this 373, mad damage for one buff, so can't really complain. This is horrendously unsafe on block in minus 18 and minus 15, so you're never going to want to do this on block. The amplifier also has a massive gap, as you can see, 29 frames of startup, so just never do this move on block, just never do it. Then we have Spirit of Kiba. This gives you a damage buff, so if we do a combo like that does 153. If we have Kiba on, it does 176. So, you know, pretty decent damage buff. And if you amp it, it does even more. 192. And also when you amp it, you have a hit of armor. So if we get NightWolf to do Kiba, so you have a hit of armor on his Kiba, which is good. You know, you can do some saps. For example, I'm going to get Shao Kahn to do a wake up attack here. So, get up attack, deadly swipe. There we go. I'm going to get him to the corner. Again, you also don't need bar for that because it's a meterless conversion in the corner, which is always very good. So yeah, that's pretty damn good if you ask me. So just generally, just try and get Kiba out as much as possible. Now we have Rhino Charge. Amazing, amazing move. 12 frames, forward advancing, mid hitting shoulder. It's absolutely incredible. Does have a crushing blow attached to it, in that if you hit only the second hit, or crushing blow for a stun, you can combo after it. I recommend you do this for me if you're if you're cornered, however, I would recommend this combo. If you want to go meatless, you can do this. For a nice 336. If you don't want to go meatless, you can do this. Damn it, I thought I had that. If I did it first time, I would have been happy, but of course I can't, because I'm there we go. Non-meatless, you can get up to 400 damage, so it's a very good crushing blow if you can land it. It's hard to land, but normally the way I land this crushing blow is, you know, I just whip a shoulder from this range. And then I'm going to go for the crush blow, like, you know. People are going to be tempted to punish the shoulder on the weapon, so going to the crushing blow isn't always a bad thing. But people do, you know that you're going to do this, because NightWolf has been out for long enough to the point where people don't get hit by this as much as they used to. So you're going to have to condition your opponent with some shoulders, because then if you just whiff a shoulder and they're scared of the crushing blow, you just get to go in for free, you know, down 3-1-1, whatever you want. So in that regard, it puts fear into them because they don't want to get full comboed, you know. But it is, you know, and as well, you can, you know, if you stun them, you can go for unbreakable. That then by itself does 245, and with the additional damage of crushing blow does, that's like near 29-30% unbreakable damage. And you can also go into a fatal blow. So that's damn good. Talking of NightWolf's fatal blow, let's give me some less life. I can manage it. Right. So if we're looking at the range of NightWolf's fatal blow, it's not very good. Even for KO, it's ridiculous. As you can see, the range is terrible. However, the anti-air properties for this fatal blow are very high. Oh, very good, sorry. This is a very good anti-air. It works after a select number of strings. So for example, it works after this, as you're right next to them. It works after 1-1-1. It does not work after forward 3-1. It works after back 1-3. It works after this, standing 3-1. The only thing where you're not going to want to do this is after forward 1-3. And it works after this as well. It works after back 3-4. But yeah. Just a generally good fatal blow, and especially if you have Cleaver, you can cash out some mad damage with this fatal blow. Just a normal Cleaver. One of the best fatal blows in the game, by the way, as well. 5, 6, 8 damage. Not bad, is it? It's amazing. So yeah, main uses for this. Anti-air, amazing, because it's active for 9 frames, so it's very good in terms of anti-air. Just for damage cash out, really. It's 17 frames fast, decent speed. However, it's one of the most unsafe in the game at -28 on block. So yeah, use it sparingly is what I would suggest. So that is Matoka Warrior and just general NightWolf. Now we're going to move on to Ancestral Gift NightWolf. Unfortunately, his skin will change, so I'm sorry. I know you're watching. I'm very sorry the skin's going to change. I know you want to keep the skin on forever. Yeah, we've got default NightWolf now. Now, the only changes he gets within Matoka Warrior are 2 new strings, 2-2-1+3. Says in this grab, obviously unbreakable, 16%, not too shabby. This string does have a crushing blow attached to it. It has to be a counter or punish. Does 212 damage and then 10% damage over time, which will do a total of 312 damage. So not shabby, basically. Very, very good, I'd say. And then we have back, and it's also -14 on block, remember, so it only uses as you saw there, I only inputted the grab part when I saw the 2-2 hit. Then we also have back 3-4 1+3, so an extension of this back 3-4 string. Amazingly animated, I must say, and it does 19% unbreakable, so this is a good, definitely a good extension. Basically with this string you hit the drummer the same way you do 2-2. So if you see it hit, you're going to press 1+3. If you don't see it hit, you're going to press 2 to keep it safe. This string does not have a crushing blow, but it has a damn good brutality. Now, let me talk about Reflect. So, as I mentioned before, he has it in Matoka Warrior. I can't do anything, clearly. Unless you jump spear. The teleport, as you can see there. Hold on, I'm going to make him jump twice, because I know for a fact he can worth this. Stuff like that. You can combo off this space, into your combo of course. So it's a very good reflect, especially against projectiles with a lot of hit stun, like Shao Kahn's spear, Shang Tsung's skull, Collector's bowler, Sub-Zero's ice ball, you know, stuff like that gives you stuns or has a lot of hit stun. Now we have this command grab, which, you know, it's your average 12 frame start. It's not the best in terms of range. This isn't really the greatest command grab in the world, but it does have a crushing blow attached to it, where it has to be used as a reversal or punish. As you see there, right in the baby maker. Does 17% and 10% dot damage, so I'll do 27%, which is, you know, very, very decent. So it will come out as an 11 frame reversal. So basically you use this as Shao Kahn's throw punish, but it's a command grab, so it's a bit tighter. Just lab the moves that this can be done off of. For example, Shao Kahn's Annihilation is a good example of this. What it's used for. Oh no, that was not a reversal, so you have to be fast here. Reversal punch. Get your second blow. This can be ticked off a lot of stuff. I will show you all of his tick throws. So he's got, I want stance hold. Stance hold, there we go. We've got 1-1, got 1, got down 1, got down 3. Oh no, I want you to block that. Down 3, down 4, all of his low throws can tick. Yeah, they're all his tick throws. Down 2? No, down 2 doesn't matter. So you've got 1-1, just to repeat that. I have to put it in stance hold, sometimes it doesn't work. 1-1, standing 1, down 1, down 3, down 3, and down 4. That was it. What else is there to talk about? So I'm just going to go, general strategy with NightWolf. So your main aim as NightWolf, I would say, is to try and enforce your 1-1-1 or grab game in Matoka Warrior and in Ancestral Gift. In Ancestral Gift, it's going to be 1-1 or 1-1 tick or 1 tick or down tick, rather than 1-1 grab. If you land a down 3, you might as well go for a command throw because of the OP it gives you. Because the amped command throw is plus 70. As you can see, he's down for about 10 years. So you can do what you like after that amped command throw. But yeah, your main game plan is going to be to, enforce your grab pressure, enforce your 1-1-1 auto shimmy, which is safe. It's just an amazing string 1-1-1. And every time they jump, you're going to want to down 2 them out of the sky because your standing one isn't really that good. You're going to want to maximize your combo damage at all times. Never leave damage on the table. In Ancestral Gift, it's less so. You don't have the most damage in Ancestral Gift. That does like 23% unbreakable, 1-1-1, 207, 1-1-1 arrows, 2-3-4. Combo potential is limited in Ancestral Gift, but obviously you've still got access to the full stuff is low, and you've still got access to that if you so wish to use it. You can obviously combo off with that as well for a decent 250. So yeah, I think that's about it for NightWolf. If you guys have any more questions about NightWolf in the comments, if you have any more questions about NightWolf, please put them in the comments rather. And I will be very happy to answer them because you guys know I read all comments and I respond to all comments. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've had a lot of fun, researching and making this. Put in the comments also which matchup guide you would like to see next in terms of packs. If you hate fighting. I've already done Liu Kang and Aaron Black, so any more that you guys have trouble with, just stick them in the comments. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this has helped you NightWolf players out there, and you, the best NightWolf player in the world, you know who you are. But yeah, that said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy, guys.